Good evening, everyone, and now we present the Pride of the Titans. This is the Berea Midpark Titans marching band. Once again, good evening and welcome to the third annual Berea Midpark Varsity Show, the annual event that gives us the opportunity to play all of the songs from this year's halftime shows and introduce you to all 175 members of the band. And of course, we have to start by introducing you to the head honcho. This is the guy who works year-round, researching and arranging music, running rehearsals, working with dance committees, and really making sure that the performance you see on the field is at its best. He is also the guy who got totally ripped off in the voting for Band Director Dance-Off at the North Royalton Band Spec. Clearly, the socialist judge was against him. Oh, and speaking of the North Royalton Band Spec, did you see him tapping his watch from the top of the ladder during the expertly announced intro to Uptown Funk? That was so funny. Yeah, here's Jeff Goodale. son Jeff really does work year-round on the marching band. So much so that last year when he and his wife Ann were watching the Rose Bowl, he heard the Oregon Duck Marching Band play a rendition of the national anthem that Jeff knew would work for the Titan Band. So he called the band director at Oregon, had him send over the score, made some modifications, and created one of the most stirring renditions of the Star-Spangled Banner ever played by a high school marching band. So now, we ask that you please rise and join the Berea Midpark Titan Band under the direction of Jeff Fidelity as they salute the United States of America with the playing of our national anthem. We are proud to have 4 ninth grade young ladies who identify the band and we parade, which will be very important in March when we head to Disney. Please say hello to our banner carriers, Lexi Schuler, Lauren Mateka, Kara Abraham, and Olivia McGrady. With 175 marching band members, you need a strong associate to help lead the band. He is coming up on his 30th year in teaching and is an accomplished musician who will sometimes grab his trumpet and jump in with the band during rehearsals. Of course, we did learn something about him when performing at the 60th anniversary of the Ohio Turnpike. He lives in an alternate universe. A universe where he is the director of the Midpark Berea Marching Band. Or at least that's what the Ohio Turnpike means. Please welcome the head of the music department at Berea Midpark and our assistant band director, Dan Barr. Going back to the North Royalton Band Spec earlier this year, we were sent a score so we could prep for the North Royalton finale where all the bands would play one song. The tune North Royalton selected is a patriotic anthem that has motivated Americans through good times and bad. From Lee Greenwood, this is God Bless the USA. Titan Fanfare, a powerful tune that announces the arrival of the Titan Band at the beginning of each halftime performance. During that fanfare, a young man emerges from the middle of the band, high-kicking to the 50-yard line, and releases a baton, this year to astronomical heights. He has been perfect with his tosses all season long, even in the wind, rain, and mud of North Ridgeville, where he had a toss that he could have caught had he dove for the baton. But with half a step to go before laying out, he pulled up. When I asked him why he pulled up, he said at the last second he heard his dad's voice in his head say, "You ruined that uniform and you're dead." Such is the downside of living with the band director. He has delighted audiences all season long with his tosses. Our halftime drum major, Jacob Fidali. Our pregame downfield number was made famous by the Ohio State University Marching Band. Here is Down by the Ohio. And during the intro to Down by the Ohio, these two guys strutted to the 50-yard line to show their stuff for the baton toss. Please say hello to our pregame drum majors, Ryan Goot and Austin Jarrett. So let's start meeting some of the band. Sarah Eddyburn, Mike Mazer, Tara Fraley, Kaylin Fraley, Larry Todd, April Bryan, Honor Bricker, Kelly Bischoff, Ellis George, Nick Tichnell, Jacob Kleen, Tyler Radetsky, Teresa Shushu, Sayana Caputi, Jordan Catron, Michael Davis King, Matt Webb, Josie Wing, Erica Windall, and Amanda Bittner. This song served as one of our downfield numbers for halftime. From the Steve Miller Band, here is Jungle Love.
Jump, got the kick. Jump, got the kick. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and.
During band camp, the band is broken into instrument sections where individual instruction is given in what we call sectionals. Leading those sectionals is a fine group of musicians we'd like to recognize. If any of you are in the audience tonight, please stand when your name is called and remain standing until everyone is introduced. Our drum line, Rob Tridge. Tubas, John Chapman. Trombones, Nate Rochek. Baritones, Ross Rowland. Trumpets, Freddie Asmus. Woodwinds, Eileen Canapari, Joseph Fideli, and Tina Camargo. Mellophones and trumpets, Jim Fideli Jr. Woodwind brass, Jim Fideli Sr. Choreography, Sarah Johncock and Allison Copea. And maintenance, Rosanna Galarza. How about a nice round of applause for our marching band? One of the keys to a successful marching band program is a booster support system. In the few short years that Berea Midpark has been in existence, our band booster program has been supportive in raising funds, chaperoning and feeding the students, and generally providing the non-musical support a program like this needs. Since the inception of the Berea Midpark Band Booster Program, we have had one president who, at the end of the school year, will retire with the graduation of her daughter. She is a tireless president who has done everything from slicing tomatoes for hoagies to finding new fundraising methods such as the restaurant donation program. She even put together the printed program you're all holding for tonight's varsity show. Yep, she's done just about everything except conduct the band. Until tonight. Would you please give a warm welcome to our Berea Midpark Booster President, Cindy Patrick. The song we've chosen for Sandy was our halftime downfield number for the second half of the season. While the gender may be off, the song certainly speaks to the work ethic that Sandy demonstrates throughout the school year. Under the direction of our blue-collar woman, Sandy Patrick Starr, here is the Titan Band with the Styx hit, Blue Collar Man. Four young ladies who not only get to throw their batons, but twirl, dance, and generally provide a visual show to the music the band is playing. Please welcome our majorettes, Taylor Johnston, Kirsten Hoffman, Alyssa Klimo, and Kaylee Carriger. The pop rap duo MKTO, which stands for Malcolm Kelly and Tony Aller, said they loved this next song because it had that Michael Jackson Prince feel. Featuring our majorettes, here is MKTO's Classic. Our drum line. Karina Brewer, Garrett Waldron, Maya Hansen, Cecilia Hirose, Brendan Fadale, Rifki Rusbahan, Vaughn Titrich, Erica Drager, Pete Warner, Billy Mitchell, Danny Rupel, Dan Debbie Myers, Joyce Karenal Schuler, Carly Kine, AJ Griffin, Noah Reyes, Eddie Hondrachek, Madeline Hirose, Taylor Thomas, and Sam Federici. Halftime debut yet, but has seen a few post-game shows, was the song that gave the group Kansas their first top 10 hit in 1977. Here is the Titan Band with Carry On My Wayward Son. Please welcome to the front of the stage, Ryan Newt, Alexis Warwick, Isabel Kovar, Olivia Ferris, Tanya French, Aubrey Nolan, Mackenzie Beacock, Holly Johnson, Owen McFetrich, Michaela Brewer, Natalie Winstead, Tatum Zalesnik, Michaela Williams, Cassidy McKinney, Quentin Olivero, and Jason Good. know, it's fun to watch the kids when the other bands play one of our songs. It's even more fun to be next to Jeff, who glared across the field when Avon Lake broke out this tune and muttered, "Oh, really?" We were, of course, gracious hosts and waited until the fourth quarter to blast our version of Walk the Moon's Shut Up and Dance. We've come to the point in the Varsity show where we stop and recognize our seniors. But there is something unique about the Titan Marching Band class of 2016. Everyone knows we are in our third year of existence as the Berea Midpark Titans. And a few years ago, we bid farewell to the Braves and the Meteors. However, there is still an active group that holds ties to both of those schools. The class of 2016 will be the last class who have started their high school careers at Berea or Midpark. From this point forward, all of the kids will be pure Titans. In honor of the distinction of this senior class, we are going to pay a visit to the memories of Berea and Midpark high schools. To help us, we call on a gentleman who shares the distinction of being the only person to be the band director of both Berea and Midpark. He started his career in 1962 as the first band director for the Midpark Meteors. In 1973, he left Midpark to become an administrator at Berea. 7 years later, he returned to his musical roots to lead the Berea Band program until his retirement in 1993. Would you please welcome the patriarch of the high school band program for the Berea City Schools, Mr. Jim Fidel. We start with the younger of the two high schools, the Midpark Meteors. From 1950 to 1960, the village of Brook Park had increased its population by nearly 400%, while its southern neighbor, Middleburg Heights, had jumped by 120%. The school district was in need of a new high school for Middleburg Heights and Brook Park. So Midpark Senior High School was born. Outer space was also at the forefront of everyone's mind in the early 60s, with President John F. Kennedy decreeing in 1961 that the United States would commit itself to sending a man to the moon. Space was cool. It was in. And so why not give a modern high school a modern mascot? The media. Midpark High School opened in the fall of 1962 and dwarfed its older sister, Berea High, by 50,000 square feet, with modern classrooms, a state-of-the-art auditorium, and many amenities that made Midpark one of the most advanced high schools in the state. In its 50-plus years of existence, it graduated scientists, doctors, Major League Baseball players, NFL players, even a Miss Ohio. The band members who are standing right now began their high school careers as meteors. And as members of the Midpark Marching Band, they knew what it meant to stand up and cheer. Berea High School was founded in 1882. Higher education was in full swing in Berea with Baldwin University and German Wallace College, but the grindstone capital of the world was in need of a permanent building for the high school. In 1928, Berea High School opens its two-story structure, complete with bell tower to residents of Berea and Middleburg Township. At over 60,000 square feet, it was one of the largest high schools in the state. The building has seen multiple additions in its nearly 90 years of existence, including our own beloved band room in 1994. And now it bears the distinction of being the largest building in the Berea City School District. The home of the Braves had its fair share of notable students also, consisting of NFL players, NASA astronauts, and one Ohio State head football coach. The Berea-Ohio State connection was not only in its ties to football coaches, but also in their fight songs. The band members who are standing were Berea's last freshman class. Back then, they knew when the Berea band would bring the power of its brass and percussion to life, it was time for the Berea Braves to take it across the field. More than just bricks, mortar, and square footage. They were the learning centers for tens of thousands of students and a sense of pride and loyalty to graduates all over the world. But, like the Berea and Midpark marching bands, time marches on. Today, Berea and Midpark are joined together by a hike. Friendly rivals are now classmates. Braves and Meteors are now titans. Those whose high school roots began at Midpark stood for the Meteor fight song. Those who began at Berea stood for the Braves fight song. And now we all stand for the Titan fight song. Hail Titans! the Berea Midpark Marching Band Class of 2016. Danielle Bonadeo, Karina Brewer, Michaela Brewer, Anna Bricker, April Ryan, Sarah Calvis, Chris Campion, Jessica Clausen, Stephen Cole, Olivia Kolkar, Dan Debbie Myers, Gavin Dorsey, Emily Florian, Natalia French, Jacob Fidale, Rachel Gardner, Alice George, Ryan Goot, Diane Horton, Maya Hansen, Michael Herman, Nathan Hoffman, Kirsten Hoffman, Alex Hopperton, Pete Horner, Austin Jarrett, Holly Johnston, Taylor Johnston, Carly Kine, Mitchell King, Amy Kutzar, Chris Lee, Dana Lowry, Jared Magnani, Patrick Maxwell, Ismail Matos, Emily McGrady, Devontae Ogletree, Addie Andrzejczyk, Matt Aldrich, Molly Ober, Christopher Peters, Anna Porrick, Laurel Pulling, Emily Rivera, Mona Raphael, Dan Ruppel, Bill Salvini, Selena Sarko, Jacob Sarver Verhey, Katie Schauer, Kyle Stragan, Charlotte Starry, Amber Strobel, Nick Kitchnell, Mackenzie Triber, Andy Ball, Garrett Waldron, Bailey Walters, Jamie Wilson, Irina Wong, and Mary Zupin. Josh Pedraza. All right, get your cameras out while they do a little switch.
They clean up well, don't they? You know, you think the other night we sat down and 40 games, a lot of these kids marched, 40 games, a skull session, an NFL football game. Most of these kids are going to go down to Disney World, a lot of them for the second time. We'll all get to march this time. That's going to be the nice thing. We're all going to march together. But, you know, when we came into this year, we knew that this was a loaded senior class, and it really is. Tremendous leadership, top to bottom. The kids who are still seated on the stage have very big shoes to fill. This is one of those classes, Dan and I talked for a long time, it's one of those once-in-a-generation classes. Probably one of the best playing bands that we've had, including each one. You know, a lot of these kids we've watched since 5th grade. Dan and I were starting these kids out on their instruments in 5th grade. Amazingly, they stayed with us after meeting us in the 5th grade. I think that would scare anybody. But it's been such a pleasure to have your kids, these young men and young ladies, be a part of our program. We appreciate what you've done for them and providing them the opportunities to be on this stage. And, you know, running them to practice, taking them to lessons, feeding them, and getting them everywhere they need to be, fundraising and things like that. But to you as parents, I think you as seniors, you owe your parents a little round of applause for all they've done for you. Just a little housekeeping. Monday is the banquet. Okay, you should have gotten a letter home that we gave to the kids. If you didn't, ask your child. Disney payments, the 28th, that is today. So if they're not here, we'll take them through the end of the week. We do want the kids to go to Florida with us. We are in Westlake this weekend, and more than likely next week, because the team's going to win on Friday, we're looking at probably being on the road, maybe in Mentor for a playoff game, and hopefully maybe a few weeks after that. We'll see how well the team does. But one more round of applause for our senior class. We're going to take a quick 10 minutes, let these guys cool off, let them take off their overlays and their berets for 10 minutes, and then we'll be right back at it.